internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. Last night, I was looking through some numbers. I was looking through metrics on XRP scan, and my heart started pounding because the tests that they did back in 2021, ladies and gentlemen, we can confirm this was an all-in orchestrated test, and they all plugged in to Ripple's liquidity hub. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode. I'm telling you, you will not see content like this anywhere else. Sit back, relax, because this one you are going to enjoy probably most of. My previous videos compared to this video is absolutely garbage, okay? Where do we even begin? You guys know we've been following the whole JPMorgan, Ripple, and the whole corruptness within ETHgate and how they're trying to prevent innovation, especially Ripple, because they have a real use case that will put a significant demand on its digital asset XRP, which will then cause the price to rise, okay? We want to set a tone for this video. So take a listen to this clip. This was put together by the Black Swan capitalists, okay? This is going to set the tone of today's video. Once this is done, I'm going to break down some metrics. I'm telling you, you could be the most dumbest person on the planet. You will see exactly what I mean. You're going to understand it. I'll make it very simple for you to understand. And for my OGs, just strap in, because this one's going to have you jumping up and down, probably going to smash your phone, probably going to yell at the top of your lungs, because nothing's stopping this train. Take a listen to this.
There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
Frankly, our central bank has been slow, and there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve.
For those of you who don't know, the next gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job.
I think the train's already left the station in terms of cryptocurrency. You may or may not know that I just joined the board of Ripple, and the reason why I chose to join that board is, in my opinion, one of the few cryptocurrency options out there that has a credible and legitimate use. So financial institutions use it to settle cross-border payments.
That is called a bridge crypto or bridge currency. That's in fact what Ripple is trying to do with XRP.
World taxation and one world money. They've worked for years behind the scenes preparing to realize that vision. They've literally rigged the laws of international finance. Everything is basically in place right now. And there's essentially no way to stop this from happening.
There are some cryptos that are working with regulators and are working with banks.
I agree.
Ripple
right.
would be an example.
Ripple would be an example, right.
Now this is and I can imagine in the next 5 years, instead of us doing sterling against the dollar or sterling against yen and doing these kinds of transactions, we'll do sterling versus Ripple.
Now, there is a fundamental issue with, say, Bitcoin in its current form, in that the transaction volume is very limited, and the latency, the latency for a properly confirmed transaction is too long, much longer than you'd like.
Okay, now let's get into it. The legacy system is getting old. Even in the Bank of England, they stated this. Delivered by roadmap beyond 2024, they highlighted that they're going to reduce reliance on third parties like Swift for settlement. They're going to get away from the Swift old system, because at the end of the day, Swift is going to co-handedly work with all the blockchain startups. But let's just focus on JPMorgan and its enemy, Ripple, but not no more. Back on December 10th, 2022, JPMorgan executes intraday repo transactions using blockchain. Listen very carefully. JPMorgan announced today it completed a live blockchain-based intraday repo transaction. The transaction was successfully conducted between JPMorgan's broker-dealer and banking entity. Using an in-house developed blockchain application which supported instantaneous settlement and maturity of the transaction in hours as opposed to days. Did you hear that? The transaction maturity took hours, not seconds. They're happy with hours because they're used to days. And this is what I mean when Ashish Birla and Brad Garlinghouse were bashing JPM, because what they were doing just didn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one thing that's really interesting about the JPM coin is that it's essentially just a database rebranded as a blockchain. I mean, there's really no inherent need for using a blockchain for that.
He was interviewing me. I said, so is Morgan Stanley going to use the JPM coin? And he's like, well, probably not. And so, well, is Citi going to use the JPM coin? Is B of A going to use the JPM coin? Is PNC? And the answer is no. If you're just moving it within the JPM ledger, and it has to be dollar to dollar, a one-to-one backing, it honestly doesn't actually, I don't understand what problem that solves.
And then what happens? 12 days later, the SEC slams Ripple, charges Ripple and two executives with conducting 1.3 billion unregistered securities offerings. And keep in mind that Ripple, since day one, had been working with regulators. They have been trying to reach out to regulators. So this kind of action just doesn't make sense, but it does when you look at it from a JPMorgan perspective. They wanted to slow down innovation so they could create their own system so they don't need to go off Ripple's incentives and basically lose money. Because at the end of the day, Citibank, JPMorgan, these entities are going to be losing billions of dollars because of the fees that they make through settlement. Okay, not just settlement, other use cases as well. FX transactions, the list goes on and on. Okay, before we get further into the video and I show you the jaw dropper, on 24hourscrypto.com, link in the description down below, the XRP LED car door lights are on sale for this weekend only, for $35.99. Link in the description down below, ladies and gentlemen. These look sick, beautiful when they're on your car, okay? If you guys are interested, if you guys want to support the channel, link in the description down below for the weekend only. We got a discount sale going on, and let's get right into the video. So JPMorgan comes out with their own little system. That's great. The SEC sues Ripple 12 days after they do that. That's great. Guess what happens? Later that year, after the new year, Ripple to launch crypto service for financial companies amid legal battle with the SEC. Ripple is set to launch a product called Liquidity Hub that allows financial services firms to offer their customers access to cryptocurrencies. And I want to make this very clear. When the SEC came after Ripple, keep in mind, the SEC is nothing compared to the World Bank, the World Economic Forum, the IMF, International Monetary Fund, the G20, the BIS Innovation Hub. These guys have more authority over the SEC regardless of what kind of actions they want to take on companies. Okay? Because basically all the entities that I just named are all backing Ripple. And you're probably wondering, what do I mean by that? Well, when the lawsuit was going on, okay, the G20 roadmap for enhancing cross-border payments was first published. This was October 13th, 2021. Keep in mind, what are they trying to do? They're trying to bring in public and private sector committee so they could develop a common cross-border payments vision and targets so they could implement international guidance and principles and define the common features of cross-border payment service levels. Since this PDF, there have been 4 more, but this one is very important. When we go on to their roadmap, this roadmap is this is going to go down in history as one of the most iconic moments in the XRP community. I don't care what people say, but this is 100% facts. November 2021, their goal was to explore liquidity bridges. That's November 2021. Ripple came out November 9th announcing their liquidity hub. Okay, get really close, folks. because this is crazy. They actually all plugged in. So November 2021, guess what happened? November 18th, ticket created came into action. None of this happened before. I'm not going to get into ticket created. You guys already know this if you guys watch my previous videos. Banks benefit off ticket created. So guess what? They roll out an enterprise product, and guess what happens? One of the first things that large financial institutions benefit off is ticket created. Ticket created actually helps banks, okay? I'll leave the link in the description down below explaining ticket create, so you guys can go ahead and check it out. But things are even going to get just disgusting here because these metrics, I can't even believe it. We talked about the number of transactions executed, right? So as you could see, Sunday, remember the 4 Sundays, this was the first Sunday. Sunday, November 21st, 2021, it's the highest number of transactions that took place. And keep in mind, this number has not been passed since. This has been the highest level of transactions that they have done on the XRP ledger. And you tell me, is it a coincidence that in the same month that the G20 roadmap said they're gonna explore liquidity bridges, that the XRP metrics spikes and never again seen numbers before? It gets even better. Successful payments, right? We got Sunday, November 21st. These numbers have not been seen since then, okay? Gets even better. We got the payments here. Like I said, these numbers have not been seen since November 21st, 2021. So they did a massive, massive plug-in. Everybody, God knows what, okay? But take a look at this. Take a look at this. This is the UNL modified, which I'm gonna break down in today's video. As you could see, this is from January 1st to 2023 to August 12th, basically what we are today. So almost to year to date, okay? Take a look at these numbers, right? We got 16, we got 4, etc. Let's do a 1 year. As you can see, nothing crazy, nothing crazy. Are you guys ready for this? Let's get a moment of silence because maybe some morons will not understand where we're going with this. Thank you. You may all sit down again. Now, let's go to all. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? On Sunday, November 21st, 2021, the UNL modified was activated. Actually, it was activated, I believe, on the 19th. No, it was activated on the 21st when the BIS, the World Economic Forum, the IMF were all conducting and plugged in to Ripple's liquidity hub. Ladies and gentlemen, share this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but we're not done yet. Now I'm just getting extremely hyped up because this is not a coincidence. Don't tell me this is a coincidence. Don't tell me I'm lying. Don't tell me I'm spreading hopium or fake information because this is not. This is all metrics. This is called transparency. This is what the banks don't want, but everything is here. You can see it, okay? Things are about to get massive, okay? So where do I even go from here? The UNL. Banks leveraging negative UNL. So it's a unique note list. What are the benefits of this, okay? Just a couple pointers. I'm gonna give you guys 4, and then you guys could think, bigger with this. So what this does, enhance security and risk management. By leveraging the negative UNL feature, they can exclude validators that they consider risky or potentially malicious from their transaction validation process. Number 2, protection against malicious validators. Negative UNL allows banks to express their lack of trust in certain validators. If a validator behavior becomes suspicious or is confirmed to be malicious, banks can quickly exclude them from their list, safeguarding their transactions from potential threats. Response to regulatory compliance. Banks are subject to strict regulatory requirements if a validator is found to be engaged in activities that could violate these regulations. Banks can promptly exclude them from their negative UNL to avoid being associated with non-compliant transactions. Participation flexibility. Leveraging the negative UNL allows banks to participate in the network while still excluding validators they consider untrustworthy. This means they can benefit from the advantages of Ripple's technology without compromising on security or regulatory compliance. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I got goosebumps. I don't even know what to say anymore. But this video and my previous video is just talking about the JPMorgan, the whole, Brad Garlinghouse, Joe Lupin clashing, the transparency that Ethereum is hiding. I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, every video that I do, I step back, I do my due diligence. Is this legit? And by far, this is one of the most factual informations on the internet regarding XRP and massive entities, governments utilizing Ripple's liquidity hub. With that being said, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. I want to know what your thoughts are if you think this is BS. If you think this is BS, just please go ahead and unsubscribe from the channel, leave your dislike, and get on with your day and close the door on your way out. Because if this video didn't show you what's actually going on behind the scenes, and if you think this is still, a false narrative that I'm putting together, then you are the definition of waste of skin, okay? I'm not trying to come off rude, but it's just factual stuff. I put it out right in front of you. I connect everything. I show you the narrative, and there are some people that still don't get it. But like I've said in the past, the community, the XRP community is just wired differently. They're just wired differently. Some people are just not wired the same. That's why this is going to be absolutely amazing, folks. If you guys want to support the channel, like I said, the XRP LED car door light, link in the description down below, on sale for the weekend. And we will be back with another video.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening.
Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.